Hello everybody, this is Marion with MyCraftBasketStudio, and today I am doing tutorial number 6. This is going to be titled Mastering Design Theory, a step-by-step guide. Now I want to let you know that this is my personal design theory. This is not everybody's, but this is mine, and this is what's worked for me to help make my items look presentable and I think very enjoyable to look at, I guess would be the way I would want to say it. This isn't the only way to approach design, but it's a method that's worked for me. I've developed this over years of crafting and learning from others, reading magazines, and eventually teaching. So if you think my design theory might inspire your own creativity, you can download the free reference sheet. Go to my website at mycraftbasket.com and click on the MyCraftBasketStudio tab. So also, I wanted to let you know that I am trying to keep doing my Etsy site and making videos fun. So that's why you don't see like a video every day or me adding something to my Etsy site every day. I do it because I want to keep it fun. I have worked in an environment where you think it would be the ultimate fun thing would be working at a craft store, but when it became a job, it dampened my creativity because it was a struggle then to create because I had to. So I want to make these videos, and my hope is that my videos will give you inspiration to be creative as well. So in starting today, I did make a printout. This will be available, as I said, to download. It's got the 5 basic elements that we're going to cover and why they work for me, okay? So, first of all, whenever you develop, when you're doing something, when you're creating, you want to have a theme, or what is it that you want to have people focus on, the focal point, a concept, an idea. That's what you want to develop first. And sometimes that's hard, or sometimes it's easy, like making a card. I got to make a happy birthday card. Okay, you got your theme. You're doing a journaling page that has to do with the top 5. Okay, you've got something to go by there because you got a concept. So that's what you want to do first. And then the next thing you want to do, of course, is gather your supplies. I like to make sure that I have everything that I think I might use next to me so that I don't have to get up and go hunt for it, because as you know, when you go to hunt for it, then you kind of lose your mojo and the flow that you had. So I keep this on my desk at all times. It's got my inks that I like to use for distressing. It's got my favorite stamps, which I'm going to show you how I use those. It's got my distressing tools, glue, black ink, of course, and some other design elements. Those are on my desk at all time, along with a tray that has bone folder, small ruler, pen and pencil, and also this, you know, when you go to push things down, it helps to make sure everything is pushed down, tweezers, simple things like that. Those are on my desk at all times. Whenever I'm doing something, say it's Christmas, I'll have a tray next to me that's got Christmas embellishments, and the paper for Christmas are in a tray next to me, so that when I go to do something, I don't have to pull all those things out. So that's what I have next to me. And then the next thing you want to do is think about the colors you're going to be using, and whether you're going to use white or browns or contrast, whatever it is that you're going to do there to create the balance and the mood that you want for your project. Then you have to think about the background and how that's going to also convey your message. And then we've got the texture, dimension, and embellishments for the 5th item. So I have some samples here of things that I have done, and I'm going to do a little project to show you what I mean about a little bit of dimension and embellishment on that. So I wanted to go over some of these things. Now, these are cards that I've made. So we've got the theme of a Valentine on the front, and I've embellished it with butterfly and some sayings. Now, whenever I do something, I like to keep it in 3s, 5s, 1, odd numbers. It really helps your item to look balanced, believe it or not, even though they're in 3s or 5s or 1. So in this example, I've got 3 little embellishments on there with 1 heart. It's just so that you see that, oh, okay, the music notes are in black, so the black on the butterfly and the black on the words kind of makes it pop out. So that's that card. And then I've got some, you've seen my tea bag folding video before, but these are some cards I made. I wanted to point out that this one has a silver accent. So the silver brad in the center pops out because I've got the silver on the side here as an embellishment. The happy birthday in black, it pops out because I used black to bring out the black in the tea bag tile, and the tile right here is in matted with black. Then I've got a gold one. So I've got a gold glitzy brad in the center. It's got gold embossing for the wording, and so that helps make that gold embossing. Your eye gets drawn to it because it matches the gold. All right, and then I've got a couple of other little things here. Some tags. So as you can see, the butterfly is my focal point, and the black in some of the things here cause it to pop out. But I also wanted the word journal to pop out. So what I did was I layered it on brown, and the brown distressing around here, you do see that word journal. It pops out more than the butterfly. If we've got this butterfly, you go like, well, that's really busy, Marion. It's really busy. I don't get the concept there, but I want to show you something. If I were to cover this black word up, do you see how it kind of washes out? Really nothing else to really see. There's nothing drawing your eye. When I uncover that, because it is black, now the black in this design pops out. It should make you see the butterfly detail a little bit more. You see this little stamp mark over here. You see this partially stamped clock on there. It just makes your eye drawn to the things that are black now because it's black. Also, that is the focal point, the wording, own your dreams. And then on this one, again, I used kind of a brown butterfly. Everything else is distressed brown. And I've got the word imagine there. So the butterfly and the word imagine, they go together and makes it pop out. Now, I got into doing ATCs for a while, and I wanted to show you these. These are really good examples of the 3 elements that are the main elements of the 5. You've got your background, your focal point, and then an embellishment. So for the bird, for example, the bird is the focal point. I should say the nest is the focal point because I've raised it. It's actually raised. And I used the letter B for embellishment because it's shiny. And also around the edge, I put gold Krylon pen around the edge to make it shiny. And the eggs are shiny. Eyes on the bird are shiny. So that gives it all a little pop. But the eggs and the nest are the focal point. Then we've got, I love this saying, without art we are but monkeys with car keys. And I liked doing that one. That was a lot of fun. And we did it in our group. Everybody assembled the same card. It was kind of like a ATC in a box is what we called it. We had the pieces and everybody stamped their saying and cut it out and assembled it. So that was that one. And so the monkey's got shiny eyes, the keys shiny to make that eyes and the monkey kind of pop alive. And you see the eyes, it makes them look alive. And so anyhow, that's that ATC. And then I also liked making interactive ones. This is a Halloween one. You go like, well, okay, that's kind of, it's kind of boring, but guess what? Now we've got the ghost coming out of the house to say boo. So that was a fun one to make because it is dimensional and interactive as well. So that was a fun one. So now I've got also, I wanted to show you, I actually do have a junk journal. And so in this junk journal, what inspired me to do this design theory tutorial was this page. It was called Top 5. That was the theme of the thing. And I go like, well, top 5, what do I do? Oh, top 5 elements in creating art. So that's what I did, the 5 elements. Plus, again, it's interactive. So this is a specimen slide that I can take out. This is dangle is the embellishment. Butterfly is a focal point. And it goes in that page just like that. So, and then the same thing with this one. This is the focal point. The gold brad brings out the gold in on this page that I have here. So that kind of makes it pop. And it's distressed to go with the stressed areas around here. So that is my junk journal that I have for ideas. And then I wanted to show you one where, as I said in my notes for that when you print it out, you'll see, try to make it so that it doesn't compete with a focal point. And this is a good example. When I pulled this out of my box, I go like, oh my gosh, what did I do there? Well, this is a really good example, I feel, of too much. It may have been okay if I hadn't put this butterfly down here in the flowers. It probably would have been okay because now I'm going to see the word art, but there's just too much going on this page to really make it enjoyable to look at. It's too cluttered, is what I'm trying to say. So that is an example that I feel it's a little too much. So now I wanted to show you, these are the 2 little things that I'm going to do. So this is a little book that I created, and I'm going to, you look at this and you go like, well, okay, it kind of to me is dull. It's there's no interest there. So this is one of my favorite things that I like to do to create interest is I have this dot stamp. I use this a lot. And you can get, just about anybody has a dot stamp. You can even do it with your pen if you wanted to. But what I do is I just ink it up. This is the Oxide Vintage Photo. I like using that a lot. And so once I've inked it up, I just randomly stamp. And you see how already, just with a few little dots that I have on there, how it adds some interest to that page. Just really simple, just easy. You can go up here and put a few dots there. Right away, you got some interest going on there. The other thing that I like to do is I have this little receive stamp. I use this on just about everything. You can see it's stamped right here. Now, sometimes what I like to do is I like to test it and then see what a second stamping would look like. I kind of like the second stamping. It's not so bold, so I'm just going to stamp it there. And there we got our little received postmark right there. We could even do a little bit of a watermark with a coffee type cup stain. I think I'm going to do the first stamping. So we're going to just go down here and put it right there. And as I said, I usually like to do in 3s. So in this one, I'll just go off the page. So there's 3 of those circles stamped there. I usually do either 1 or 3. 5 is probably a little too much and it's a bigger project. So now I have my focal point. This, even though the bird, you think, oh, the birds are the focal point. No, actually, I want the words to be the focal point. So I've already glued this little collage together. It's just on brown paper, stamped word with a little bit of wording underneath it. I've already done that, so I'm just going to glue that down. I've got my glue stick right here in my tray. I like to use glue stick to glue these things down because it holds all the little edges down rather than liquid glue. And so I'm going to put that right there. And there we go. That is the finished front of that book. And then I also wanted to show you this one. Again, this one's kind of plain. It's actually already got the words. It's got the embellishment. but it's still looking a little plain, correct? So what I'm going to do, again, with my little stamp, so now watch. See how it's kind of plain? I want you to see how different those little dots just take out the blandness in your project. And sometimes second generation stamps and little dots are good too, because they're not so dark, but still add something. Now I feel that that looks a little better. It's more complete, and it's not so plain looking. So anyway, also I brought this pen out. I like to put glaze on my anything that has if it looks realistic. I don't do it if it's a funny looking bird or something, but on real birds, I like to take this little glaze pen and just tap it on the eye to give that bird a little bit of life, because you put a gleam in his eye, so to speak. So anyhow, that is how I go about making my projects look complete and finished. My design theory, as I said, this is not the only way to do it. Please don't take it that way. This is just my concept. Go to MyCraftBasket.com. Go to the tab MyCraftBasketStudio, and you'll be able to download this PDF. Even maybe one or two of the items, maybe they will help you in making your artwork more finished. And if so, I appreciate feedback if you did use it. And thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel, see other tutorials. When I have more items to put in my Etsy store, they will be also reviewed and then put up for sale. And thank you so much for stopping by, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.